Friends and family, this is an official trigger warning for this week's episode. We discuss traumatic postpartum experiences, and if you have been affected by postpartum anything, we supplied links below. Thank you. Enjoy the episode.
I've been working on it. Working on it. I've been working on it. Working on.
Friends and family, welcome back to another episode of Workin On It.
Woo!
We are joined by an amazing guest. Symon is in the house. And I mean, do you want to do like a cool...
Sirius XM.
Oh, I love that.
I feel like she's been dying to do that.
That is so cool. I should have you
so
do
good.
that for my actual show.
Okay, I can
Yeah.
do that. I'm doing liners today, so I'll send you some.
Okay, will you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, goals. I was so excited when you asked me to come on the show. Like I'm such a fan of yours, as like cliche as that is. Like obviously as a performer and entertainer, but really I'm the biggest fan of like who you are.
Yeah.
You have such a beautiful character and way about yourself, and I feel the same way about your family and your husband, and I was just so excited to come on, so thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for being
Yeah, it's an
here.
honor to
I'm a
have
fan
you.
of
Yeah.
you. You're an icon and a queen, and
Yeah, you were just asking her about like how much she works. You fucking work.
yeah, you work every single day. You're on the
Yes. So I host Hits One, which is the top 40 station on Sirius. My co-host is Tony Fly. We are live every day from 2 to 7 West Coast. That would be 5 to 10 East Coast. So yeah.
radio. No.
Yeah, right? 5 to 6.
No, I'm like, ouch.
No.
Like, no, don't do it.
You're wrong.
Don't do that.
Your timing's wrong.
It's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot. When did you go
Yeah.
back to work after you just had a baby? Also, pew pew pew.
Yeah.
Insane.
I know.
Well,
I know.
How long did you get off?
Well, I
Well,
was
sorry. How long did you have time off?
well this morning. Oh, Shasha. Ryan's like, ugh.
Ryan's used to this.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
I'm good.
Yeah.
How long did you get a break?
Well,
Maternity leave.
so maternity leave in
America.
the U.S. unless you go to a specific at a certain company. Oh, there you go, glowing.
Spray tan.
No, in the U.S., maternity leave, in my opinion, is
Ass.
embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
It is
Yeah.
like such a shame. Like my husband is from London, and so his sister got like a year.
A year.
And-
And the husband. In
Yeah,
some
and you can get
countries.
paternity leave. I mean, you can get paternity leave here, but I almost feel like society here looks down upon it because they
Yeah.
think as a woman you should get back to work. What is it? It's like 6 weeks or something?
Yeah, and I
Or-
I
What?
can feel in my brain like the shame that I even like have inside my body of like, you're not even working. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I just popped out a baby.
But you
But I
have
was
such
raised in
guilt.
this- yeah, I have guilt. Mom guilt. Working
And
on postpartum.
Yeah, that's what
today.
we're working on.
Yeah. It looks like the hardest job from
depression.
my perspective. You know, fun uncle. I'm like, these guys are hustling.
They're-
With
he's
two,
always like,
especially
"You
two
guys
kids.
are doing it.
Yeah, you guys are really doing it.
They're doing it.
God bless you. It's insane.
Insane. First of all, you're the most amazing parents from like what I see and I hear with
From
Riley.
what the internet says.
No, but I
No.
know you. I know you guys,
It's
and
real.
I want to know how's the difference from 1 to 2?
It was easy. And now
Really?
it's not.
Well,
No.
no.
Really?
With any baby, there are easy moments and then there are tougher moments.
You know, like the first week they sleep all day.
Yeah, and you're like, oh my God, this is.
I was
But-
like,
I should
but
have
some
3 or
do.
They
4.
were gassing it up. They're like, this is the easiest thing, Ryan. It's unbelievable. It's so
you
easy.
just sleep. She's so cute. Look how easy this is.
I think
2
from
months in.
from one to two, it's just remembering that your second child is not your first child. So all the things that Riley did, all the things that Riley
Oh, yeah.
liked as a baby is not the same
We
as Barry.
did. We were tricked. We had a trick baby. Riley was
Not
not a real baby. That motherfucker slept
Really?
Yeah.
and drank every bubble we ever gave him.
How much did he weigh at birth?
7.8 ounces.
They say the heavier the baby.
It's false. This one was 8.7.
Okay.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
goes. There goes my thing.
No, that's the thing.
Because
My
they
mom
say
was like,
if
big
it's
baby, big
sleeper, big eater, they
Yeah.
last long throughout the night.
No.
He's
also,
just-
I
I
don't know if I'm sorry. Did you want to speak? Because I'm going. I'm so sorry.
It's Working On Postpartum. The guys are gonna shut the fuck up and just let the women talk.
No, I'm sorry. The big mouth.
Oh no, because he was born July, everyone's like, oh, he's gonna be a Cancer. He's gonna be emotional. And I was like, no, this motherfucker's sensitive.
Is he sensitive?
He's sensitive and emotional. He has to sleep in pitch black. It has to be quiet.
Really?
Like Riley, we didn't have to be quiet for like 4 months. That dude would sleep through loud movies.
Yeah, he would just knock.
This baby is like startled, and we're like, okay, let's put him in a dark room. Let's get another bassinet.
So it's just
Put him in
they're
there.
but what do you
Opposites.
expect? They're different kids, and that's what's gonna make
Everyone's warned
them.
us that.
That's what's gonna make them so great as
Special.
children, that they're so different.
And I love he's gonna be so emotional, and we're gonna meditate with Dad.
That's right.
Who do you
Yeah.
think's more emotional out of the two of you?
Yeah, this one he's sensory. He
But
made
right
his
now we're
choice
going
today.
through some postpartum. Let's explain our experiences.
Yeah, you're in
you
it
know?
too.
Please-
Here you go. He is.
Are you guys really? What's going
No,
on?
it's just.
I'm gonna
what is
cry.
it?
No, they're
it's
fine. We bounced back. The last episode we did last week was husband wifey wars. We hashed a bunch of stuff out. It was fantastic.
Okay.
No, we fight over like what nipple sizes we have on the bottles. You know, like those. You know those little tiny fights at 3 a.m. where you're like, I could kill you right now.
Yeah.
But then you're like,
See, I
let's
don't
talk
feel-
about it and let's feel fine.
I don't feel that way. But that's okay.
Your sass is insane sometimes. But it's so funny too because I need you all to picture when we're up in the middle of the night. He's doing everything, especially because I twinged my back, so I can't move last night.
What'd you
I was in so
do?
much pain. I was animated too much on a FaceTime with Jordan Fetterman, and I went, "Oh God!"
You're
And now I'm
joking.
here.
She's
No,
almost 30.
I'm old. But in the middle, like he's getting up and he's like, he passed me a binky and all this. Dude's ass naked. So like, I need you to picture. He's like,
Can't be
rocking his
naked?
vape.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with that?
It's just hilarious. I
I look
love
at
seeing
Jake
a
sometimes
full
holding the
moon.
baby, and like it's like he just got out of the shower and like the balls are swinging.
Yeah,
while
he's
and it's just it's
rocking.
revolting. It's
He's-
like put
Put your balls away.
your balls away. I don't want to
away.
fucking see your balls. I don't
want
wanna see 'em.
sleep. Everything's
Yeah, it's
swinging.
like enough.
You get better sleep when you sleep in the nude. You just
Okay.
that's just
That's
what
a
it is.
fact. That's a
Sometimes I'm sorry I don't have enough time to put on clothes before I gotta pick up Barry because he's screaming his face off. You know what I mean?
The
that's thing.
imagery
The imagery. I need you
of
all to
Daryl at night.
have
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
But it's just like I didn't have with Riley. Like last night, I tried to feed him, and he's starving, and he's acting like I'm choking him, like, and he's crying, snorting, like I'm hungry.
Wait, Barry or Riley?
Barry.
But he refused the bottle. He was like, no, like refused it. And I was like, okay, well then we're gonna sit here. And then he's just crying at you. And then I started crying because I'm in so much pain. And then I literally by myself. I was like, you're a tough one. And I booped his nose and just cried to myself.
I don't mean to laugh. I just like
But that's
we
That's
all
hilarious.
laughing,
no, we
like,
all
what the
go
fuck?
through this.
Yeah.
It's so hard because everyone thinks it's like a textbok having a kid. It is.
They can't speak.
You don't understand what's
I'm
going
like,
on.
what
You're
hurts,
constantly
baby?
you're constantly trying to figure out, do you need to shit? Are you hungry? Are you tired? I wish you could tell me.
Yeah.
And that yeah, I think that for me, that was what was so shocking, was that I'm so in love with this creature
Yeah.
and I don't know what to do to make
help
them
it.
feel better.
It.
And you feel helpless.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God. And then coupled with that, I mean, I don't know how you're emotionally feeling now. I went through
Darkness.
the most horrific postpartum, and I've never talked about it. I never
Really?
talked about it on Sirius because like I host like pop show. We're talking about
Yeah.
pop stars and light things. I'm not gonna have time on short form radio to talk about what we really went through.
We're so ready for
But
it.
yeah, but you should.
You can dump it all here.
Yeah, I don't know
baby.
anything about it. I can't imagine.
So I had, from the second I got pregnant, I had a really horrible pregnancy. I was
you were puking.
constantly all day long. I had to have nurses like come to the house to give me IVs because nothing. I was horrible. They tried putting me on Unisom and all the natural
medicine didn't work?
things. That didn't work. They had to put me on Zofran, which is like what they give cancer patients for nausea. That's
the
how severe
fuck?
it was. And I had to go to work every day. I remember driving down Santa Monica Boulevard, like smelling and just projectile vomiting on myself, sitting in there, pulling over, just crying, like, is this gonna end? Like, the second I did get pregnant, I already had a connection with my daughter or this child. I didn't know what the sex was yet. And I just was like so in love with this baby already. A lot of people don't have that
I
yet.
was gonna say you're lucky.
And it's normal to not, or to,
Yeah.
you know, everyone's different. It comes on at different times. But I kept saying like, I know you're the present at the end. I got to just get through it. Here we go. But it was hard. And then, so that happened the entire pregnancy. And I was due October 30th. September 30th, I go to Sirius. I'm like waddling. I have Charlie Puth on my show that day. And he walks in and he goes, Symon, you look like you're going to blow.
Oh my God, that was
I'm
exactly
like-
how he talks.
I'm like,
He's
what
so
the fuck?
fucking-
I'm like, thanks, Charlie.
Sometimes, Charlie, I just
Really? I was
That's
crazy.
the last thing you want to say or hear.
I
on
mean,
your-
I was big. I was waddling. He wasn't lying.
no.
So I appreciate it. I thought it was actually hilarious. I remember he
You're a
was
good
like
sport.
he was like eating a Chick-fil-A sandwich. I think I grabbed it out of his hand, or maybe that was Michaela's hand. But like I was starving and big, but I wasn't due for another month. So I go home that night. My husband and I are watching King of Queens on the TV. He's
Nice.
cutting so
Love that
funny.
show.
He's cutting a pear. My water breaks
A month early.
a month early.
Ew,
I
know
didn't
that.
have
Oh.
a bag packed.
Oh fuck.
Oh no.
Damn.
That's why I fucking
Puth called
told you we
it.
need to pack
Booth
early.
called it. He called it.
A month early.
I blew that night. She was preemie. I got to the hospital. It was so embarrassing. I was wearing a Larry David t-shirt.
No, that's
It's
like
awesome.
awesome.
This
That's
is all
not
good
bad.
Because
stuff.
that was my
Yeah.
pajamas. I was wearing these like squeaky shoes, and I was squeaking. I've never seen more water in my life.
Really?
Oh my god!
Some girls only leak a little bit, and you were just like
I was
pouring.
wet.
Wow.
It was like hello. It was like a ton. I was
She
like,
was ready.
I was so dilated. They were like, "You're not feeling this yet."
What the hell?
And then I had her the next day at 8:30 in the morning.
long
It
did you
was
push?
easy, 30 minutes. I have
Stop.
had worse bowel movements. It was easy.
That's amazing. Okay,
That's
but you
wild.
were like, somebody upstairs was like, she suffered.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
suffered. a
yeah,
bit.
that's what I was like,
get it
thank
out.
you.
Yeah.
So I got home, and I think that's when maybe I started feeling like, oh my God.
Wait,
there's so
was
much
she preemie that she needed to go to
She
the
was
NICU?
she was so tiny. She was, what was she, 5'11" or 5'11", I
shit.
think. And having a baby, first of all, brand new babies are so fragile. You're like scared to hold them.
They're
It's your
so
first
Terrifying.
kid.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
imagine 5.
But that small,
Was she in the NICU?
it was scary. She didn't have to go to the NICU.
Iconic.
But in the long run, she probably should have went to
Yeah.
the NICU from so then we went through something really hard.
Mhm.
So we go home trying to acclimate to baby. And I think I was already feeling sad. Maybe these like blues were coming along, and I maybe just thought maybe this is normal, and all the hormones.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting. The
hormones, yeah.
crying in the middle of the night.
Yep.
Just being like, oh my God, Jake and I, my husband, we're responsible for this
Life.
kid's life.
Mhm.
And that responsibility is so scary when you're like a very free flowing couple that, you know, we both work, we're both independent, we love going out, and your life changes in the best way possible.
But it's so different.
But it effing sucks in the beginning when you
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
not ready for this. And I'm not going to feel bad for saying that.
Mm-mm.
It sucks in the beginning if you're not, if you're used to such independence and going. I was like, oh my God, I love this being so much. I started noticing when she was about 6 weeks, something seemed off. RSV was going around, all this stuff. And I called the pediatrician and I said, I think something is going on. And they said, well, she's probably growing. And so sometimes they stop eating as much and they're just very tired. And I kept saying, I don't agree with this. They're like, we don't want to bring her in because of RSV. Let's just do a call and blah, 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 blah. We had a night nurse, and I told her, I said, Lily just seems off. I can't pinpoint it. I don't know.
Was she extra sleepy?
Sleepy, not latching onto the nipple of the bottle. Just like it just seemed off. I looked at the nurse that night and I said to her, if God forbid anything ever happened and you sensed anything, you'd wake me up, right? And she said, yeah. So that night at 2 a.m., she was banging on my door and she was like, Lily's like lethargic, like, sorry, something's wrong. And I'm like telling my husband, I'm waking Jake up. I'm like, something's wrong. And we live, thank God, very close to Cedars. So we went straight to the emergency room. And because she's a baby, they took her right into triage where they check everything. They do all the vitals and all that. They rushed us into a room, then rushed us into another room. 5 doctors walk in, 10 doctors walk in. There were 50 doctors in there. Her heart rate was almost 280. She was dying. She was like having a heart attack. Her arrhythmia was so crazy and they couldn't stop it. They first put ice on her to recatch her breath. It wouldn't work. They're giving her all these medicines. It's not working.
Did you have to watch all of that?
Yeah.
No.
And I'm like in the hall, like shaking, and Jake's in there. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't even think this. I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry.
That's crazy that you were watching, but you should be with her.
And then 1 second, like the heart rate dropped. So we're thinking, oh my God, she's coming out of it. And then it shot right back up again. And everyone's yelling, whoa, like hearing all these noises. And before I knew it, they're like, we have to resuscitate her because she was dying. To see your 6-week-old baby be resuscitated was just something I don't wish on anyone.
It's horrifying.
Anyone. And the next 2 weeks, we did not know if she was going to live or, nothing. It was horrible. Lily was intubated, breathing tube, feeding tube.
Jesus.
She was on the highest dose of narcotics. She was out of it. And I was just in there. We were with her 24/7 playing Disney songs. And it was just horrible. I had to live in the hospital, and I was like, my daughter, we had to talk about with the doctors, like, and our therapist, Jake and I were like, what are we going to do if she doesn't make it? Like, we have to talk about these things.
Yeah. You had therapy?
I had my therapist come to the hospital.
Yeah.
We're so grateful that my parents live close and my dad's a doctor, that he was communicating with all the doctors. And anyway, it took days and days to get her out of that high arrhythmia. When a lot of kids that will have that, they find the right medicine and they get out of it. She couldn't get out of it. So I'm like, what is
her
this?
heart was just like going
Yeah,
extra fast.
Yeah. I'm like, what is this going to take? And they're trying to explain to me, and they're like, Lily has something called SVT. And I was like, what is that? And they said, it's called supraventricular tachycardia. It's like a child arrhythmia. Adults can get it. A lot of adults have it, and they take medicine for it, and they get it under control. But because we don't know how long hers was going on for, and they couldn't control it, it was so severe.
Wow.
We couldn't get her out of it. We were trying 1 drug, 2 drug. And every time she'd go back into it, they'd have to restart this clock. So I keep thinking about this fucking clock in her room on top of her hospital bed, just to see her baby just laying, it's just horrible. And it was the most terrifying thing ever. And then one time she went like 12 hours without having it. And we were like, oh my God, this is amazing. Maybe she's gonna have it. And I was holding her. And then we found out that one of her IVs got unplugged from one of the nurses.
What the fuck?
So it restarted all over again.
Oh, no.
The trauma from that.
I need to, can I ask?
You can ask
in that state,
Yeah.
because I'm trying to put myself in your shoes and I can't even fathom it. I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be there. Like emotion, like, I don't know. I would like pass out of anxiety and pain and suffering. So like, are you getting medicine from your therapist, or like who's helping you and your
how do you heal from
husband?
that trauma? That's like
Or
the most
how do
traumatic
you-
experience
Are
that
you
I've
just
heard.
in fight or flight the whole time and you're like alert?
I know this sounds so cliche, but like when you need it, God gives you strength that you never knew you had.
Yeah.
And I'm usually the one that'd be crumbling. Jake was crumbling, and I was like, we got to
Really?
get up. We got to show up. We got to collect all the notes from the doctors. I was like, and then I found out that there was this specialist doctor, and I was going on every mommy blog trying to find out that doctor, who has that doctor's number. I was like, let's get this figured out.
Yeah.
Do we need to transfer? Should she be at Children's Hospital? What's going to be
Yeah.
the best place? Where are we going? It was like strength I never knew I had. And it happens the moment you truly need it the most. And I was like, oh my God. But then, Lily came to a state where we did figure out the medicine. And then before we left the hospital, she was on 7 medications. So here we are. I'm postpartum. We just went through the most traumatic thing of our life. We don't know if we're going to go home and our daughter's going to have the same thing
Yeah.
again. They're like, Lily needs to be on 7 medications and you need to administer them every day. The medication she gets 3 times a day, she can't have food 30 minutes before or after.
Yeah, you
When your
become a
baby's
nurse.
screaming and crying because they're hungry, but their heart medicine, the anxiety and the stress, and then I had to go back to work, and then I had to hire
no,
nurses to be. I went back to work.
What?
I don't know how I did
I was
it.
just about to ask you,
I
like,
don't know how I did it. I left. So I went back to work, and Jake said, why don't we try hitting up the NICU nurses, the PICU nurses that were helping Lily, and see if we can give them hours
yeah.
aside from the night nurse that can help during the day. And I
Yeah.
was like,
At that point, I'm hiring doctors and be
I was like, I want
move
everyone
in.
around. Exactly. So we did that. And we built our own staff of people that were coming in and out.
Wow.
My husband and I were shells of ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't think I've really seen the sun until the last 2 months. Because
you're living in fear.
constantly, Lily is now on 1 medicine.
Wow.
Wow. And she looks perfect.
90% of the kids that get SVT as babies at birth outgrow it by 1. That is so good to feel that because she hasn't had a reoccurrence, thank God.
Yeah.
This Friday is very scary for us and wonderful because Lily stops her last medicine Friday.
Oh my God.
But you can imagine the fear we have.
That's
Right.
a year of trauma.
Yeah, is she going to
But yeah, what's gonna happen when she stops taking the
Right.
medicine?
So I'm
Oh.
scared, but the medication she's been on is all weight related. So she has been on the same dose since February.
Oh,
and she's
wow.
gained tremendous weight since then. So she's essentially been weaning herself off since then. But still, as a parent, you are like, could that happen again?
Yeah, there's no way I sleep this
No,
weekend
there's no
if I'm
way.
you. There's
Right.
no way.
Right. So I just feel very nervous. But when all this was going on, to take you back, because this is where we'll pick up with postpartum, is like,
Well, that's a different level.
no, it's not. Everyone
No,
is so
it is.
valid.
That
no,
is
no.
a fucking nightmare.
That's
and I like
a horror
Yeah.
movie.
Thank you for being so
Yeah,
open
thank
and,
you
and
for-
vulnerable
God,
with
are you
us.
kidding?
And
And
sharing
is
that.
you're my
this-
hero. That is
Yeah,
insane.
no. And I remember
guys.
Jordan is very close to you, our bestie.
Yes.
And she was just trying to tell me outside what was going on. And there's nothing any of us could do. I remember texting you once heard life is a nightmare. I hope you're okay. I don't know what to do and
But
it's-
that was so kind of you to even do that. I can't tell you the amount of friends I've lost this year.
what?
Yeah. From people not having any sort of empathy. People you thought that would be your ride or dies. Your thing, it's too much for me. I can't deal with it.
Ah,
What?
no.
Yeah. Yeah. So my husband and I have been, my husband's been my pillar. He has been my strength and he's crumbled from it
Yeah.
too. We lost ourselves in it. I then went back to work and I was having the most severe panic attacks where I was like, I'm dying.
Yeah.
I ended up in the ER multiple times having almost pains of my daughter, thinking okay, now my heart's messed up. I'm dying. And they're like, have you gone through something stressful recently? And I'm like,
a wee bit.
oh my
And because
God.
wasn't your dad going through some shit at the same time, or
Oh yeah, last year, it was I was planning my wedding. My COVID wedding got changed 4 times.
Yeah.
My husband's family was locked out of the country because they're from England. They couldn't get in. The day before my bridal shower, my dad had a stroke.
yeah,
It's been
shit.
too much. But I went back to work and I was having a really hard time. And the head of SiriusXM, Scott Greenstein, was there for Grammy week. And I saw him and he said, oh my God, Simon, I heard what's been going on. And he goes, nothing is more important than your family.
That's good.
And when he said that, that resonated with me. I went home, I crumbled, I said, I'm not going back. I need a mental health leave.
Good for
Yeah,
you.
you do.
I cannot function.
That's why we always say out loud the airplane thing where you put on your mask first and then your kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, we have to take care of ourselves or we're not going to take care of them. You know, like we're not going to be good enough for them. But that's why
So
also
true.
I was asking you, like, what steps were you taking, or was anyone looking out for you, or like, and your husband? Are you both in therapy? Are you both on like meds? I'm on my antidepressants and he just joined the
Yeah.
club.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I always kind of battled with anxiety and depression my whole life. I was on medicine before pregnancy and I stayed on my medicine for pregnancy because it was safe to
Same.
do so.
Yep.
But when everything happened with Lily, I switched to like a different one.
Yeah.
When I took off work for that second time for that mental health leave, I've never been more depressed in my life.
When you were not working.
Not because of work, but because I finally had a moment to say, oh my God,
Yeah. What just happened?
what just happened?
Yeah.
And I don't think I've told anyone. I had to move home. I packed up all my stuff with my daughter and Jake, and I couldn't even look at my daughter for 3 weeks. I couldn't change a diaper. Such severe postpartum and trauma, thinking that the more I love her, I could lose her again. It was so hard. I was almost hospitalized because I couldn't get out of bed. I don't think I talked for like 2 weeks. It was so frightening. And I'm so blessed to have the most amazing mom and dad and husband and nurse that came from South Africa who runs a peace home for sexually abused children, who's also a baby expert specialist who came to live with us, who literally got me back on my feet, and my husband.
Wow.
I would be nowhere without them. And it was just really, really hard. And my brother got married during this whole thing. And I remember going to the wedding and just being so miserable. And people, how are you? And I'm like, I might be in full glam in a dress. I feel dead,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I'm a shell.
A Michelle. And now that Lily's turning 1 in 1 month, I like
You're
can't
gonna have
bel-
the biggest birthday party ever.
I need a birthday party for
Yeah,
me.
for you.
Jake.
No, let's do
I've
it.
been looking at people. I've been looking at parents and moms, and when their kid has a birthday, I go, "Happy birthday!" Like you parents
it.
made it to 2 years old. You know, like
100%.
it's. I look at us. I'm like, "We made it. We're
But-
still here."
But to your question, the answer to your question, therapy,
yeah,
hard therapy. I at one point was like, I'm just reporting to her. I'm not getting anything out of this. And I remember meeting her and I said, we got to do some severe trauma therapy. She's like, you
Yeah.
need to look at pictures of Lily in the hospital.
No.
And that was the work I needed to do.
It helped. It
Yeah.
got you through it.
I remember just like going to Sirius and sobbing in the bathroom by myself and then coming back and being like, hey, how are you? I'm on air. Oh my God. You know, Justin Bieber and like, but
Yeah.
I'm dying inside. But it was therapy. It was time. And seeing Lily succeed and thrive has been my medicine and my saving grace.
This girl's special, dude.
Ugh.
she's
it's-
gonna
And
be a doctor.
That's
She's
what
gonna
I
save
said.
lives.
That's what my mom's like. My mom's from New York. She's like, what if she'll be a hot doctor? That's for Lily. She's the hot doctor. I'm like, from your mouth to God's ears. Wouldn't that be such an amazing story?
It would be phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
A hot doc.
Hot doctor.
It's just wild to me. Like the minute you got pregnant, like the beginning of your pregnancy, just your body's just going through it. It was like almost like foreshadowing of what's to come. Like, it's kind of
But also your mother's intuition. There's
Yeah, that
nothing
shit-
stronger
That
than
shit's
Yeah,
real,
you just
but
you
also
fucking knew.
scary.
You're like,
Because that's why, like, last night when I'm crying, looking at him, I'm like, is this my mother intuition? Like, is something wrong or is like nothing wrong? And then I ask him and he's like, no, he's just overtired. And I'm like, well, is that what's on TikTok? Where all the mothers have the intuition and they save their lives? Like, am I not making moves? Like, I don't know. And we're so far away from the hospital that I'm like,
No,
it's
we're
gonna be a
we're
haul.
close.
You
to
are
another
close to another hospital.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
are
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
And there's a difference. I'm telling you, if God forbid something was wrong with Riley or Barry, you would just know.
You know.
You just know. You
Yeah.
pay. You know. I mean, how are you doing mentally?
I'm okay. I'm good. My therapy sessions have just turned into like crying. I've never cried with this girl. Everything was always great, and we were like working on like boundaries with people and saying no, and now it's just crying of big fear of like everything's so great and nothing bad has happened and something bad's gonna happen. I can feel, and like, like that fear of like what ifs. And we'll get to the place where I'm just talking to my therapist, and she's like, cry and deep breaths, and I'm like, I don't even know what this means. I don't know what this is from. It's just happening. And so I went up on my antidepressants, and I had to call my doctor the other night of like, I'm fainting. Like my breathing is stopping and something's wrong. And I know nothing's wrong, but I'm not okay. And she was like, all right, are you safe? And like, do you feel like hurting someone around you or yourself? And I'm like, no. And I know that's the drill. Like, I know you have to ask me those things. And she sent in medicine. Daryl went and grabbed it while I talked to Jordan Fetterman on the phone, who was with Steph and all of our friends. And Ari, and they all like calmed me down, and because I was alone, and I was like, just talk to me while Daryl's getting medicine, and they helped me out. Like, I have to call for help, and that's like something that a lot of people don't fucking do. They can't do it. They can't ask for help. They can't call for help, and it makes me so scared and sad for them. And that's why I'm like, I ask for help. And that's the best thing I could do is be like, help, something's wrong.
Ugh, I love you, first of all. Like, I'm so sorry that you're going through it. Like, I know how it feels. And I know that feeling when you feel like it's just all too much. You cannot breathe. You're like, I'm dying. My breathing, something's severely wrong. That is postpartum. That is PPA, postpartum anxiety 101. And it makes you feel like you are dying.
Yeah.
And not enough people talk about it. And can I tell you the most annoying thing? The most annoying thing is that you have to see your doctor while you're pregnant 50 million times. And then after you have the baby, you have one post checkup.
Yeah.
You don't care about me. I just went through something so traumatic, so severe. I grew this. My whole genetic makeup is all mixed up. My hormones, my this. And you're not checking on me?
Luckily, our pediatrician is so good that when we go in to check on the baby, there's always a sheet there that's like, Mama, how are you?
It's not enough.
And it's not.
It's not enough.
I'm like,
And
yay, I can circle. But so many people circle like, I'm fine. And then they go cry.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they're like, well, don't take my baby away. You
Right,
know? And they're
right.
like, I'm good. Everything's fine.
But you know what, Meghan? Like, you're doing amazing. You're talking about it. You're talking about it. You have such a big platform and fan base. And for you to get on here and be like so vulnerable and be like, it's fucking hard.
And I have so much help. My mom's here every day. My whole family's here in the house. We have like 8 people here at all times. And I'm still like overwhelmed and can't do it. And I think about all the other mamas that don't have any family and they're
I know.
alone or any help. I'm like, I can't.
But like
fathom
she
it. I
said,
don't
your
get it.
body just goes through an
Yeah,
insane
it's supposed to like
thing,
get it done.
and your hormones
like-
are just all over the place. That's what you're feeling is you're valid in your feelings.
And I feel like that's what I was talking to my therapist about. Is like, I don't feel like I'm allowed to be this sad.
Yeah.
And
that- and
that is the
That's the
biggest.
part.
Stop it. You are so valid to feel the way you feel, no matter if you had 50 in staff
Yeah.
or if you don't even have a husband and you're a single mother.
Yeah.
You are valid. You are
She was
going
like,
through the most
"There it
realist
is." Yeah.
thing ever. And I love you for saying that.
You pass me a tissue.
Yeah, we need this is we're all
we
a
need more
mess here.
tissues here.
I'm-
sweating.
But
and
that
cold.
but that's why I thought of you.
Panic attack.
No,
I
but,
love you,
But
Meghan.
thank you for coming, Simon, because I knew that you two needed to talk.
You need
know?
to call me more.
I know you need.
Well, you're gonna live near me now.
I know.
No, you're stuck with me. I don't leave the house till I get car.
You gotta come here.
I know. You only
so
do 10
sorry.
minutes.
I do 10
And on the island, there were no green, yellow.
Yeah,
I was
she freaked
laughing
out. 20
so hard.
25-minute drive. It was the end of the world. I go, Megan, this is a
To
breeze.
get our Botox, I was like, I'm dying. I'm dead. I'm dead.
25 minutes? Who'd you go to?
Dr.
B.
Ba-
Who do I,
B.
who do I
Back-
need
back
out
to
here?
Shout out
Sean.
Dr. B.
Who do I need?
Back
No,
Sean
you're
Day.
You look
good.
perfect.
You look fantastic. I was gonna say you haven't
looking
aged.
good.
We've known you forever. You just haven't
She
aged.
won't.
It blows
She'll
my
look like
mind.
this
Do you want to
forever.
make out right now?
Is that
We
what
love
you're
Jake.
saying?
Dude,
honestly-
it's crazy to me.
Oh, thank you. You
Well
all
done.
look amazing. But Megan, you are valid to feel the way that you feel.
Thank you.
And every time you start having mom guilt or saying, "Oh, but I have people helping me and I have this and I shouldn't feel this way," and "Oh, you're a terrible mom." Stop it. Stop it. Say it to yourself. Really? I'm talking to myself like this? Would you want Riley to talk to his future self like that?
I know. That's why we're also.
Would you
fixing
talk
ourselves.
would you talk to baby Megan, little Megan like that?
No.
Never. She is valid to feel the way that she feels. I have mom guilt every day. When I
Yeah.
leave and go to the studio, I'm like, but now I've come to a point where I'm like, oh my God, I need that time for me to like be Simon and have my own thing and then be the best mom to go home to Lily.
Yeah.
They're to see
I
their
also
mother.
feel like I'm not writing music and I'm like going crazy. I think I need to like.
But you are. You've already written like 3 songs.
No, I wrote one. But I'm
So,
gonna get in there.
Some people wish they could write anything. Like you're doing amazing. Stop being so
She is.
hard on
You're
yourself.
making
You're
her
building
amazing.
Riley a car wash.
Yeah.
I'm building
I've
a car
never
wash.
Yeah,
seen
are you
That's
kidding?
insane.
It's unbelievable.
Like there was like, what are you doing for Megan serotonin time? And I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, let's pick up a hobby. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna build a car wash. I'm gonna do arts
Yeah.
and crafts.
You love arts and crafts. It's
I
what
love
you
arts
love.
and crafts. I love making things. So we've been doing that.
Just trying to find Megan fun
We're
times.
painting
We're
with
trying to figure it out.
Riley.
Can we figure that out together? What
Yeah, you
do
might need to help her.
What do
'Cause
you
also
like
when
to do
you
for
were like,
fun?
oh, me and
Dude.
Jake like to go out, and I'm like, oh,
What about
nightmare.
a-
That's
what
why I
about a
loved writing,
spa
because I was
day,
like, we're
dude?
home, we have to be home.
Spot. Okay.
Spa day.
Spa
Come on,
day.
you
My
love
Dr.
it.
B,
I love a
Dr.
spa.
B, when she put Botox in, she was like, you need a facial. And I was like, I haven't got one of those in years.
Okay, so over the weekend, Jake was driving me insane. Like we were fighting over everything. It just was that kind of weekend. We just bought
Mhm.
our first house. We're worried about Lily's wean. There's so much going on.
Mm-hmm.
Husbands go through postpartum too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think Jake
He
had.
hasn't had a second to,
Well,
mean,
no,
you
what
okay?
what
Can
you
we
said?
talk about that?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
because you're acting very strong.
Yeah, are you
Thank you.
okay? I think it's hard seeing your wife go through everything.
Yeah.
It takes a toll on you, but I also think, and it's true, I've read about it, men go through postpartum and not enough people check in on the father.
Well, thank you. I
haven't
appreciate
checked in.
that. Yes, you do. You check
No,
in
I
all the time. Yeah.
Well, I just got you okay.
No,
Before, yeah,
but you
okay.
but you make sure I have time for my meditation. Like I have like practices that I do to keep me me.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of what you said of like you go to the studio so you can be Simon. Megan like holds down the fort every Monday while I go to acting class with Ryan. And going back to acting class is something that keeps me me and
Yeah.
and it's been really helpful. But it is hard watching Megan go through this and then like also to your point of your story with Jake, like when you watch Jake crumble, you're like, okay, well, there's kind of like a newfound purpose of like, you know, we have this new thing where Megan goes like, I'm at 5%. And then I go, well, okay, I'm at 95%. Like
Yeah,
I'm
we
your
saw that life
95%.
coach talk about that.
Wow.
You know her. I can't remember her freaking name.
Is it Mel
It's a-
Robbins, maybe?
It's a blonde girl, big life coach, like smart,
I think it's-
brilliant woman.
I think it's Mel Robbins. I'm just
She
gonna
said her and her husband, it's never 50-50 in a marriage or like 100. It's like,
Is it Tony Robbins' wife?
no. It's
Like you're like
I wanna say
Robbins,
like a
big
Rachel.
old
That
blonde.
was-
She looks
Yeah.
like a Rachel. Does that make sense?
By the way,
She
when you
looks like a
said
Rachel.
I thought you were about to say she's got big titties.
Big old
Like,
titties.
I feel like what would Megan
She's
say?
got
Say.
big. I was like,
Titties.
what's coming out of her mouth Yup.
Sounds about right.
But
Yep.
she on some other podcast was like, I will tell my husband I'm at 20%, so you got to come through with 80. You know, like,
How's that working?
it's a lot of me at 1%, and he'll
But
come
it
to me and
works.
say,
But
"Babe,
it
you're
works.
at
And
5
and that's
I'm
the
here at 95.
that's the
and,
thing
like,
is
let me do this."
communication. Like I can tell
just-
when she's like trying, when she's really
Yeah, I'll be
trying
like,
to
"No,
be
it's
okay.
I can do it," and he's like, "Go, like go."
Yeah, last night, like and that was the thing. It's like I got to, we were acting class all day. I came home, and Megan was having a tough time, and I was like, why don't you just go upstairs? And like I got Riley,
The thing with 2 is that there's never a break. There's never time off. Like when I was struggling at that moment, he goes, "You take the easier one. You take Barry."
Yeah.
Mm.
And I'm like, fuck, I can barely lift things right now because my neck hurts. But he needs a bath and he needs a bottle, and I'll go do it. And my mom was there helping me. But I was just like, there's those moments where you're depleted and you're like, okay, with 2 kids, you're like, there's no like, you take him. Like,
Right. You don't have
can't
that
get
moment to
both.
like escape in your
Especially
bedroom.
when they're
and
like 2 under 2 or they're young babies. It's tough.
they
So our
need
next
us
one-
so
they need us so
much
much.
right
Yeah.
now.
We're gonna
It's
wait like 5 years for the next 2.
and
maybe
you
3.
and you want another.
Oh, I want 4.
She
I know I'm
wants 2
psycho.
more. Yeah.
She's
We want 2 more. We want 2 more. But we're gonna
I'm
have
a
little
swim up.
helpers. We're gonna have a
Yeah.
little
We're
perfect.
so close to like
helpers.
Riley help. He's so cute. I'll be like, can you put his binky in his mouth? You know, like
And that's the
stuff
other
like
thing that we're really lucky with is that Riley loves
Oh my
Barry,
God.
obsessed with Barry.
You're
Couldn't
very lucky. You know how many
imagine, yeah.
kids get so
Jealous,
jealous
yeah.
and they freak out and they make it like a living hell?
Yeah.
The
he's none
the
of
best
that.
advice
We're
we
so
got was
lucky.
from our pediatrician who said, make sure that you bring Riley out so Riley brings Barry into Riley's house. That you're
Yeah.
not bringing Barry.
And we have pictures
in-
of him like
Yeah.
holding his hand and walking up the steps.
Yeah.
Stop.
Be like, this is Barry. And from that moment, he was obsessed. He was
Yeah.
like, hold him, hold him.
Yeah.
Oh my, that's amazing.
So we're
So
lucky.
okay, I love the percentage thing. I feel like I want to try that.
The percentage
that.
is really good.
great.
'Cause it's-
Communication's really important.
Yeah.
You both are very like open and communicative.
Yeah.
My
Mhm.
husband being from London and that kind of old school stiff upper lip.
Yeah. They don't say shit.
He
Yeah.
it's like I got to work him so hard for him to emote and it's been a challenge.
We're the opposite. She's like, hey, can you turn your emotions down a bit? And I'm like,
Stop being a little bitch.
no!
Yeah. I'm like, why are you crying? Why
Don't
is that?"
tell me to stop emoting. I'll emote more.
We're trying to also educate Ryan
Yeah.
Huh?
before he's with before he.
Eh.
It's
Yeah,
my
don't
mission,
don't put me into
not
this.
we. Yeah, you
He's
guys are best
perfect.
friends. He worships the ground. He wants to kiss him. So
Oh, I love that. I love that for you.
No, I'm like low key on accident, but on purpose. I feel like we're like educating Ryan so much with all this shit before he finds his soul.
I've never been more afraid of anything in my
No,
life.
I was
no,
gonna
you're
say,
gonna be
it's-
great, dog. It's gonna be great. You're gonna be like trained.
You have the best personality and way about
He does.
yourself. You're so phenomenal. Whoever gets you and gets to be your child is so lucky. But I know how hard it is when you see your sibling going through it.
Thank you for hyping me up. It just looks it's a
but
lot.
look at
It's a lot, but
Riley.
I know I
Yeah.
Riley.
Like,
Like he's perfect.
they're-
He's very
yeah.
That's why I wanted
They're
another
adorable
one. I was
kids.
like, copy and paste.
and
Does
it's
it get
so
easier?
fun. There's nothing more fun
Yeah.
than seeing Riley and he just goes,
Well, yeah.
feed.
Yeah.
Fine.
You know
I'm
what it
like,
is, Simon?
yeah.
It gets so rewarding, dude. As soon as because you have to wait like 2 years for a personality, for like laughs. For
She was
any
so
words.
impatient about it. She's like,
This
Riley,
motherfucker
come on.
wouldn't talk. This motherfucker was mute, and then when he started talking, it was da-da. And I was like, he hates
Oh,
me.
it's all Lily
It's-
says.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
they're like,
ugh.
don't take it personally. It's easier to say. I'm like, I fully take it personally. It's whatever.
That's me.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't care. He hates me. It's fine. But
Oh
now, this morning, he wouldn't let go of my leg and my arm and was like, Mama, sit with Mama. I was like, I'm literally eating breakfast. Get away.
So annoyed. Yeah, annoyed.
Sit with Mama. I was like, and he goes, you wanted this. And I do. And it's so rewarding. Like, that's why I'm building a goddamn car wash.
Yeah,
Because he goes, whoa. And I'm like,
Yeah.
anything you want. My dad, he got like the cheapest products to make this car wash, and he's like, "Well, that's $30." And I was like, "There's no price on my baby. If my baby wants a car wash, I will build it with metal. Like, get the other stuff." I just wanted to make him so happy.
You're the best mom.
She's the best.
And they finally reward you with like, "Thank you, mama."
That stuff is like that just
When that
melts
comes
you.
coming.
in, that's when I was like, "Get me pregnant now."
Okay,
you know?
but real talk. What are the two of you doing for your relationship?
They're trying to
during
figure that
this?
out.
My
That's-
vagina's broken.
yeah.
It's a whole
Okay,
thing.
aside
All right,
aside
all
from
right.
this.
That's not what she meant, Megan.
No, but I
Sorry.
did want to know that. Like,
Oh,
I'm
oh,
so
okay.
There's
honored that you
something
told me.
wrong.
But aside from
Okay.
it gets better
It's stingy.
still.
Yeah, and I don't think it's vaginismus like I've been telling the whole world, which is when you like emotionally can't like get it going.
Have you ever smoked
There's
weed?
like stinging. Oh, my anxiety. I used to be a pothead, and then I took too much. And
She
it
would
started
go
my panic
to.
attack.
She'd be done. It'd
I'd
be
be
a
done.
game over.
I get scared when I take Tylenol PM now.
Yeah.
Because the-
my heart's stopping.
No, because that helped me a lot with the opening of
Right.
the vagine
A
after
glass
the
of wine
pregnancy
used
to
do
relax
that,
it.
But now we're all
After
Interesting.
post baby, that helped me
Yeah.
a lot. But then again, I
But
was
it's
like, my
just
heart's
like-
gonna stop. I'm taking Xanax or I'm taking Ativan too.
Right.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I get what
You're
you're
on a little
saying.
cocktail. You're
But
having a great time.
I really am. I need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got to do what's right for you.
You got to do what you got to do.
I'm seeing a specialist soon on like a vagina specialist. to
Like a
figure out-
pelvic floor person and
yeah,
the whole
something,
nine.
because it's just like sting. Like when I put anything up there,
You
and I'm
could-
healed, so it
You
shouldn't
could
just
put
sting.
like a relaxer thing up it.
Really?
Oh yeah, there's medicine, so they'll prescribe you that. It'll be so much better. But
that.
I said to my therapist, I said I feel like Jake and I like need to do something.
Oh, we did cry the
Like-
other day because my therapist was like, "Have you guys gone on dates?" And I was like, "We don't do that."
Megan's
and
like,
he's
why
like,
don't you take me out on dates? And I'm like, because you don't like leaving the house.
I don't like leaving the house. It's not his fault.
So I have
But,
to
like,
bring a
set
date
up a
here,
date
but I'll
out
figure
here.
it out.
You won't go out.
I
She
like I
gets-
have restaurant anxiety of like, what am I
Yeah.
gonna order? Am I gonna hate it? Am I gonna have to eat it and suffer with
We're
it?
doing a
Like,
workout challenge where we can't really do cheat meals.
Right,
so
we're
like
doing
going out
75
is
Yeah,
like,
this
Hey.
75 thing is like
No,
I can't.
Fat tip: don't do 75 hard right after you have a baby. I'm
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
miserable and I'm deep in it, and I have to finish now.
Why are you doing
You've gone
it?
too far.
Yeah.
Because there's like a team of us in a group chat, and I cannot surrender for them. I love them, and I have to do it, and I will be fine, and I will do it.
I
But
declined
don't
so
fucking do
fast.
this. Don't do this. Do it later, and not in August. It is hot as balls.
Yeah.
it's hot for the
I just did an
outdoor
outside
workout. It's hot.
Today. I'm so upset.
You did one already
No, I
today?
have
No,
to.
no, yeah.
Ew.
We try to do it first thing
Wait,
in the
let's
morning.
look at the weather.
100 degrees.
It's 100
Oh no,
degrees.
today's a hot day
It's
like
100
yesterday.
degrees.
Okay, wait, let me look.
I should have got up at 5 and just did
It was like 118 where we were yesterday. It was insane.
Yeah.
I have to
Nuts.
tell you, living on the other side. Okay.
It's
The other,
gonna be
on the
hot
other
over
side of the
here.
hill.
On the other side of the hill,
Yeah.
it's crazy that the
Yeah.
mountains that aren't even that big because they're not
I
really
know.
mountains
They just
keep
trap,
the heat.
Trap the heat.
Okay, right now where I live in West Hollywood, it's 86, but then again, it's
Oh.
really early in the morning.
Yeah.
It's going
It's
to
already
be
86.
100.
Yeah.
What is it going to be here
Yeah.
today? Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
I
good.
know.
Can we
it's-
like change that outdoor workout today for you? Like, do we have to?
She's
Yeah, I
like
have
so passionate about making sure. I'm like, hey, just
I
do
have to do
2
it.
indoor workouts.
What do you eat every day?
Just really clean, like
Like
paleo,
what? Ugh.
like protein, veggies, and at lunch I'll do a healthy carb.
Like what kind of carb?
Like you know those white potatoes,
Yeah.
the like sweet ones,
Mhm.
some of those, or like a rice, One
One single rice.
Just one rice.
1 grain.
You don't miss
No
like
rice.
having like a cupcake or like a piece of cake.
I'm not
A
like
cookie?
a cake bitch. No,
She's
I'm
not
like
a sweetie. I love sweets. I
Bread.
miss
chip
sweets.
girl. I'm a chip. I go
Mm.
well.
Oh,
Chip.
give me a bag of chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But our date nights are really like we love a good Law and Order SVU, so we'll just
Yeah.
like cuddle up. I'll be watching Law and Order SVU. Megan will be buying things on Amazon,
Yeah.
saying she's watching Law and Order SVU.
I'm just, and I never
Um,
even like check out the card. I'm just like, but what if I like got all these things and built a car wash? You know what I mean? My car wash lights up. It's gonna be fucking lit.
Can I have an
literally.
idea for date night?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
yeah.
We're taking ideas.
Okay. I think you should think of one of your favorite restaurants,
hmm
and I think you should call them, and I think you should hire the chef there
Whoa.
to come over.
Too lazy
Stop
already.
you
No.
there.
I'll
Next,
do it.
next,
I'll
next,
organize it.
next one.
Get
Didn't
a
I
chef.
fight?
Let her
No.
finish. I love this
wait.
idea.
Ryan's like,
Just
this is the
wait.
best
Yeah.
date night.
I'm gonna
for
be
all of us."
joining this date night.
Ryan?
What next? You call the chef.
You can't come, Ryan. I'm sorry. I love you, but you're not invited.
Fuck.
It doesn't have to be the main chef. It can be the freaking sous chef. Have them come over, cook you the meal, set up a little thing. Riley and Barry can be somewhere else. I'm not sure where, but somewhere else.
Yeah.
And set it up and have like a moment for you guys
That sounds awesome. That sounds so awesome.
over the weekend. I
Yeah.
told you, Jake and I were like, but I was like, my mom said to me, "You need to go do something for yourself," and I was like, "No, I shouldn't. I feel guilty."
Yeah.
I took 2 hours away and I went to get a facial. I came back.
That's what I'm thinking
That
about.
2% that you're talking about for sure went up to like 70.
Yeah.
I felt that I needed that.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta
think
do
we're
stuff
gonna do
like
a
that for
spa day.
yourself. Do it.
We used to get a couple of massages.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
nice.
Get those going.
That was nice.
wish
I'm going to Din Tai Fung tonight, actually. on
Are you
a
really?
Hot day. Yeah.
Wait, stop! Are you dating?
So I can put in a word. I'm going to be like, hey, what's the deal with hiring chefs?
Wait.
I know. I'm like, my favorite restaurant is Cheesecake Factory. Like, they're
Oh my god, I love Cheesecake Factory.
It's so good.
Holy
So
shit.
good.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Wait, who are you dating?
Yeah, wait.
I got another
Another one.
hinge situation, but, see what happens.
How
she
have-
seems cool, like pretty chill so far.
He's an
First-
online dater.
First date?
First date tonight, yeah.
Whoa.
What do you like? What do you look
I
for?
want a sister.
What do you look for when you are like texting with someone on Hinge? Like, what makes you think like, all right,
Oh,
you know
they're
what?
cool.
I'm gonna take her out.
When she replies.
Honestly, I'm like,
Megan.
cool,
She
we matched.
breathes.
Yeah, text me.
Answer.
And then I'm like, let's just go out to dinner and figure it out. Like, I don't mind going out and eating, so I don't need too much action in the app or texting.
Mhm.
I'm like, let's plan something.
He's also mature where he like went on a date with someone and then told them right away, like, this ain't it.
Really?
And I was like, you
Yeah.
said what?
Like, but wait, like at dessert or the check? Like, what's your
No,
timing?
I was
It was
dropping
the
her
end.
off. It was
He
the
fed her.
end. Yeah.
And just said,
she went.
"Hey."
She went in for the kid. I said, "Oh no, thank you." Yeah.
You said, "Oh no, thank you."
No. It's something like,
Ryan.
no thanks.
I was like,
She's like, you don't want to
cool.
fuck around and find out. I go, oh no. I know.
found out.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, but like, I was like, no.
What a good guy.
Yeah.
What a good guy.
He is a
I didn't
great
want to waste
guy.
any time.
Great guy. I would have cried all night, but that's all right.
I would have cried all night.
Yeah.
I have
Wouldn't you have cried
She
more?
said, this is the worst
well.
end of a date I've ever had. I go, I'm very sorry. I had a great time. We can hang out again if you want.
but you
I-
didn't lead her
I
on.
just don't want, this is not going to go to that place. And I don't.
See, I don't know.
I don't
what's
need to,
worse,
like,
being
just,
led
like,
on or being
fuck.
told right away.
Did you do it like this? So my friend went on a date with a guy and she thought everything was going great. And then at the end of the night, he looked at her and he said, "Hey, I'm just not sexually attracted to you."
I feel like
I didn't
that's
say
tough.
those
That's
words.
tough to
That's mean.
hear.
I didn't say those words because I mean,
How'd you say
realistically,
it?
I was. I just.
Emotionally, you weren't.
You want me to tell you how it went down?
Yeah.
She told me to pick her up at a certain time.
Oh yeah.
I showed up at a certain time.
'Kay.
And then 25 minutes later, she got in the car.
Ugh.
And she's ripping her vape pen the whole ride.
Ugh.
And,
Lot
you
of red
know,
flags.
there's more and more and more and more and
Ugh.
more. And so I was checked out early on. But I was like,
Disrespectful.
I'm going to have fun
Right.
and have a great meal, have
Maybe
some
she's the
laughs.
one.
Mhm.
We can fix
but
it.
Where'd
yeah,
you go?
I'm a member at this place. It's whatever.
I'm a member.
I'm a member.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Ryan.
Just a
I
classic.
love him.
And I like fucked up. I was like, yeah, I barely come here. And everyone's like, hey, Ryan. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck. No, she's a great hang. I just, I'm pretty particular about my time, so I don't want to waste it. And I'm not
Stop
like,
vaping, y'all.
It's
I
just
mean,
like,
I get the nicotine addiction. I'll still be doing
I know,
the
but then
nicotine.
they say vaping is
Like
like
in the-
worse than cigs.
Yeah.
Now.
Yes.
It's like
I don't even know if it's that. It was the fact that she told you a time to pick her up. Then she's like disrespecting you by being late.
I
There's
get
like
it.
all
She was
these
hustling.
things.
I understand.
I don't know.
I'm always
I'm a
It's
very
a no for
punctual
me.
guy. Yeah, it's okay. But tonight should be cool.
What's
she
her
seems
name?
very nice.
Nope,
I'm not
shut
saying
up.
her
No,
name.
yeah.
Okay, can we give her a fake
Absolutely.
name?
Gloria.
Oh,
Okay,
give her-
so
Gloria.
Yeah.
Sarah.
is this 1960?
I don't know.
Sarah. Let's say Sarah.
All right, Sarah.
Patricia.
Sarah.
Patrish. I'm going out with Patricia.
Gloria.
These are okay, Sarah. We're saying.
Yeah, say Sarah.
Okay, so you're going out with Sarah tonight. Are you actually going to Din Tai Fung?
Yeah,
Oh, that's so cute.
I'm hyped.
Okay.
I'm gonna feast. I've been fasting. I'm on a 36-hour fast.
Oh, we're
What's
doing the
going
monk
on with the
fast.
people
yeah, I'm doing
here?
a monk fast.
Nice.
I'm
he's
eating
Nice.
after
starving.
this.
He's an actor now. Look at him.
Yeah.
That's why I
We
gave him
fast
Botox.
throughout acting class.
He goes to the acting class.
I had Panda Express the other night. I need a reboot.
True.
So, yeah, Din Tai Fung. She's recommending the chocolate dumplings. I'm like, I've never
Ooh,
even had
they're
those.
so good.
I'm
that's,
hyped.
that's my thing.
They are unreal.
Yeah,
And-
she's
and
like,
get her
you've been
the-
fucking up. I'm like, show me the ways.
Get her the taro buns too.
She sounds
Those
like
are
a
nice
cool
and
chick
sweet.
already.
She's
Yeah.
pretty cool, bro.
Is she my sister? One
I
day?
don't know.
That's my
Okay,
problem
that's
too.
fun.
If
Yeah.
he likes a girl, I'm like, that's my sister.
And I'm like, Megan,
relax.
cool it.
It's hard. I get excited.
That's so cute. Okay, so this is gonna be a fun night for you.
Yeah. I love whining and dining, minus the wine now, but I love to dine out. It's
And
a great time.
How will if it goes well? Do you go somewhere else? Like, will you do anything else?
She's like, you about to fuck.
are you gonna
No,
fuck tonight?
Probably
it's a Din Tai
not. Like,
Fung.
I don't know. These sober dates, you don't really get like the fuck after the first,
Right,
I don't know, vibe.
right.
Unless there's really some passion sparks fly.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I'll probably, I don't know if she's going to meet me there or not. She kind
I
of lives
hate
in the
how you
opposite
said
of
that.
what?
You don't get the fuck after the first night.
No, it's just like that's not the vibe. I
Not the
feel like
vibe.
when I went on first dates when I was like 24 and we were drinking, like
yeah.
things happen. I don't know.
We were
Your inhibitions
crazy.
are down. You feel like you can do anything, but
Yeah, we both hate ourselves. And
Yeah.
then, but now I'm 30 and sober.
Now
Yeah,
I love myself.
I'll probably, bring her back home, or maybe she's gonna Uber. I don't know. It's the first date. She has work in the morning. She's like a real person. She's not like me where I can wake up whenever. So
you are a real person. But she's not like an influencer actress
no.
vibe.
No, she
She's
just
a 9 to 5.
yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. Will you
We'll
call me
see.
tomorrow and let me know?
Do you know
I
any?
can give you
Can you?
updates. That's you want.
Also,
I really do.
If it doesn't work out, do you know any girls that could be my sister?
Yeah, this
I was
isn't very
just thinking
serious,
about
yeah.
this. Who would be good
I'm down
you?
for whatever. You know.
No,
Just-
we have high standards for this guy. He doesn't. I do.
I think I do have someone.
Oh fuck, let's go. Send me her Instagram.
Okay, wait. She's young. Is that okay?
How
I mean,
young?
How young?
22? Is that too young?
That's fine. That's like the cutoff.
Yeah.
Is that the cutoff?
21? They're 21.
22 is chill.
21.
But this is our new thing. Mom
have these?
saved our CDs from when we were children.
That is so cool.
So mine says Ryan, Megan says Megan.
And then I have the family CD case
For the
which-
car.
That was like my dad's.
That is so cute.
Yeah, this is the dad CD case.
So we go in, we find a CD and reminisce. We were about 13. Last week for me was Bon Jovi. Let's see
Ugh.
this week.
Love Bon Jovi.
Blues Brothers 2000.
Oh, loved it.
There were some
Dude,
good tracks on there.
This soundtrack.
That soundtrack
hit.
is everything.
I can't believe.
Never seen it.
What?
Never seen it.
Shut up.
No.
You're a terrible person.
We should watch it this weekend.
You
That's
guys
a fun
need
movie.
to
Okay.
watch it this weekend.
Oh
Okay.
my god, I haven't seen it since I was like 8.
You will laugh so hard.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
so good.
great.
We could be the Blues Brothers for
Let's
Halloween.
do it.
Easy
We're being
costume.
Monsters Inc.
Oh yeah, Monsters Inc. My bad.
Well, we
Kid
can have
finally
multiple
loves the
costumes.
movie.
Yeah, it's LA. You're supposed to have like
These
8 costumes.
kids nowadays are so ADD, like they won't sit through anything. But he finally likes
loves
the
it?
movie, yeah.
Oh, he loves it. And he loves Boo.
But he's like, Monsters Inc. over and over again.
Month of thing?
Yeah.
As soon as we're done, he's like, again? I'm like, that's crazy. We shouldn't do it again. Okay, mine is Wilson Phillips.
Oh my God, great.
For one song that someday somebody's gonna make you want to turn around and say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Dude, you have back-to-back.
Oh!
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, here we go.
I got JoJo.
It's just a little too early.
This is like a collector's item,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Oh my fuck. This doesn't exist anymore.
What do you mean?
JoJo. This album is the
Yeah.
one that like her,
Get out.
Yeah,
right
like her
now.
label. She was 13 years old, did this one with a star on it. I used to look at it. Oh my God, it's probably scratched. I can't believe you found it. No, like these songs aren't out. They're not online anymore.
Wait,
she re-recorded all of them and did it, but there's no original version out
what's
there.
the title of the
online.
album?
JoJo.
It's just JoJo.
Oh my fuck! I
And
gotta
you
She
check-
was
have
how
them.
old? She
I
was how
have
old?
her. I'm gonna text it to her.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh
say, are
my
you friends with her?
gosh.
Can
She
you
was
text her
13
that?
years old. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Should we
And
give
I
him
was
assignment to
listening
play
to
on
Mom
hits
said the
one all
funniest
day?
shit.
The
I was-
weirdest
This is
stuff.
genius, yeah.
And it's brilliant.
I was listening to it at like I'm a little younger than her, I think. So I'm like 10, and I was like, this could be me. And I
Yeah,
was
so
like,
that's in the group.
she taught
That's in
me
the
how to
group
sing.
bag. We would play that in the car on the way to school.
Oh, that was my
Wow.
shit.
What's your age difference?
A year,
So you're 30, you're 29.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
December 22nd.
December 17th.
It's our 5th anniversary of our
Oh my
wedding.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you gonna do? You got to leave the house for that, guys.
No, we
we're
don't do
having a
that.
wedding.
What?
Leave the fucking house.
No,
They're
we're-
staying
fuck
here.
out.
I'm
We're-
just gonna buy a little dress. Like
We might renew some vows, you know.
Let's shut down Din Tai Fung.
Oh, that would be sick.
Come
I'm
on.
coming.
Let's shut it down. Rent it out.
Rent it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we
They'll
like
probably
call
be
your
like,
manager
It's
right
your
now? and do
30th.
that?
It's a big celebration.
30th 5-year wedding
Yeah.
anniversary.
Come on, party
Oh.
at Din Tai Fung.
That would be sick. You were the most beautiful bride, by the way.
Me?
Didn't you wear Galia Lahav dress?
She
You
has no
did.
fucking
It was
idea.
a
You're
B.
great.
It was started with B.
Oh no, excuse me. You wore a Berta dress.
Berta.
You
And I
love
found that on Instagram
my
3 days
fucking
before.
leg is.
Oh.
Go to sleep.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. It's when it
Flip
falls
it.
asleep.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah, I was
Um,
a sparkly princess. I just wanted to be Paris Hilton. I was like, what would Paris do?
You are.
Sparkly.
You're
What?
beautiful.
You already opened yours too?
Yeah, Wilson Phillips.
Crushed it.
Wilson Phillips. we crushed.
Immediately forgot.
Yeah,
Memory's
I was
broken.
like, wait,
Favorites? Wait, who was your favorite pop star growing up?
JoJo.
Really?
I have a crazy. I can put myself in that moment where that JoJo CD fell outside. It was raining and it was wet, and it fell on like cement in a driveway on the Cape. We were there for some reason, and I was like, no, because I thought I scratched it to death.
you remember that?
There's nothing
When you
worse than
scratch
scratching
it and then it
CDs.
skips.
Yeah.
Fucking holy
You're like,
grail. I was
ugh.
like, this is it.
But like out of Britney, Christina, like
Oh, well.
like those girls.
I mean, if my first album ever was Britney Spears.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
bros got it for me, aka mom, and said, "Love your brothers," and I was like, "You're the
Yeah.
best brothers ever."
It's like, whatever.
yeah.
You're welcome.
It was all them Britney, Christina, NSYNC,
Oh,
Backstreet Boys.
the best.
Cheetah
We had
Girls.
such- oh,
Cheetah girls, cheetah sisters, yow yow.
Yeah, we had the best music growing up.
That's my ad lib. Yow.
You
Yow.
could sing really well, Simon.
So good.
Yes,
I
you
can't.
can.
Can I tell you something? When I was like actually like when I used to sing, my vocal coach would say to me, "Just so you know, when you do like make like a pretend like funny voice, your voice is gonna stick like that if you keep doing it, and you're gonna forget your real voice." It's true. All I do is like ad lib on the show. Like I'm like literally yow 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 like off air. Like there should be an off air show. Like I literally don't know what's wrong with me. I cannot stop. I have ad lib Tourette's. Yeah, like sing something. Can you just sing something?
No.
I am your mother, your mother. Like I will go off, and my
Oh.
co-host is like, stop.
I love it.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Sorry,
Okay, well,
just
this is my
ranted.
favorite episode we've ever had out of
Yeah,
all the
this was-
episodes.
Thank you
All
for
the guests.
coming and sharing your story with
I
us.
love you guys so much.
I love you so much.
are going to feel better. That's the last thing I'm going to say. The clouds will move. And the one thing that my mom kept saying to me that helped me the most, this feeling is temporary.
Yeah. Yes.
Do the things that make you feel good. When you feel that anxiety coming on, it's like, okay, hey, Meghan, it's happening again. I know what this is.
Yeah.
Here it is again. High anxiety. You're back.
Hi. Hey,
And
bitch.
Take what you need to take.
Yeah.
Do the things that make you feel good.
I want to try to bite into a lemon next time.
Is that what people tell you to do?
It like shocks
You like
your-
distract yourself.
Yeah, or my therapist said grab like cold ice packs, and like.
She's finally doing the cold plunge. I feel like that's been helping.
That's not doing much for me. I did it.
Did you do it today?
I did it yesterday.
How long do you
3
last
minutes.
in
3
that?
minutes.
That's amazing.
And I'm waiting on the world to change.
Yeah, there's that gorgeous
It's
voice.
time. The other thing is time.
Time.
Okay.
Time.
hmm
In time.
Okay. I love you so much.
I love you so much. I love all of you guys so much. I'm really proud of all of you. Have the best time at Din Tai Fung. I hope you get
I will.
fucked. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, bye, Mom. Love you. Wait, Simon, where can they find you?
Oh, yeah.
You can listen to my show every day on Hits 1, Channel 2 from 2 to 7 West Coast, 5 to 10 East Coast, and follow me on my Instagram at official Symon, and that's Symon with a Y.
Okay, we love
So good.
you.
All right. Love you
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
Toodles.